The Bushwacka. Is it good? Is it terrible? Is it better in competitive or casual? We'll talk about all of that today. The Bushwacka's upside is that it turns all mini crit hits from it into full critical hits. That sounds strong, but what about the downsides? It has no random critical hits and 20% damage vulnerability from all sources while equipped. That seems like a pretty reasonable downside when you can have a 100% chance to critical hit an enemy if you use it with jarate. But wait. Melee weapons already have an absurdly high random crit chance. If you've dealt 800 damage in the past 20 seconds, which is pretty easy for sniper, you have a 60% random crit chance to start off with. To obtain the 100% critical hit chance on the Bushwacka, you have to get a mini crit, which means you'll either have to shoot them with the Sydney Sleeper, throw jarate on them, or be inside a buff banner's radius already. Let's look at this from a mathematical perspective. In the time that you used to shoot an enemy with the Sydney Sleeper, you could have hit them 3 times with your stock melee instead, if they're close enough. Which if you're using the rifle, they're probably not, but if they were, that's a 91.4% chance by the point to hit the enemy with a random crit from the standard melee. And even if you don't hit them with a random crit, you'll still deal as much damage as a random crit in total, and that's before the person with the Sydney Sleeper even swapped their Bushwacka. And if they were far away, surprise surprise, when you run at them with the Bushwacka, they're just gonna backpedal and shoot you. So that strategy isn't effective. Most people aren't doing that though. They'd use it with the jarate. Now, you have a close range combo to fight off enemies and kill them 100% of the time, right? Well, not exactly. First things first, the jarate has a recharge timer of 20 seconds. So say you killed one spy, another one comes after you, you'll just have to use standard attacks. You have no critical hits to defend you. But that's not that common, so let's go on. The jarate's throw time isn't on the wiki, so I'm just going to assume 0.2 seconds. It's probably a little bit longer than that though. Weapon switch time is 0.67 seconds. You switch from your sniper rifle to the jarate and throw it at the enemy. That takes 0.87 seconds. Then swap to your melee, 1.54 seconds. Then swing your melee, which takes 0.8 seconds to have a total of 2.34 seconds to kill the enemy with your 195 damage swing. Using the regular melee, you swap straight to the melee, 0.67 seconds, then start attacking immediately. Using 2 regular swings, you kill the target spy with 126 damage dealt in 2.27 seconds. This is fairly unlucky though. You have a 60% chance to kill the spy immediately and finish the fight in 1.47 seconds. And by the second swing, you have had an 84% chance to hit a random crit, which would still finish the fight in 2.27 seconds. Either way, you killed the target faster. So far, the default melee has a 30% increase in killing speed. But a spy isn't the only scenario. What if a Pyro jump jetted onto you? He is 100% accurate. No matter the scenario, you die before you hit him. But normally, that's not the case. Let's assume he hits 50% of his flames, dealing 74 damage in 1 second. You throw your jarate on him and swap to your melee, and you die before getting the first hit off, which would have connected at around 1.8 seconds. Because from the time a melee swing activates, it takes approximately 0.26 seconds to connect with the target, but 0.8 seconds to finish the swing. By this time, the Pyro has dealt 132 damage without afterburn even being taken into this math, so you're already dead. Meanwhile, the person with the stock melee swaps their melee and swings, taking approximately 0.93 seconds. This gives them a 6% chance to kill the enemy by 0.93 seconds, and since the enemy is dead by 0.93 seconds, that's a 60% chance to survive the 68 direct fire damage taken. As long as the sniper sustains no extra damage from outside sources, they can run away and find a medkit to extinguish the fire, or just wait after burnout, which will cause 38 damage to them, leaving them at 19 HP, heavily wounded, but alive. The other 40% of the time, the sniper goes for a second swing by 1.83 seconds, meaning once again, they're dead. But even if they did that, they still would have done more damage to the Pyro than if they had on the Bushwacka and jarate. Now, what if a soldier just walked up on you with full HP? With the Bushwacka setup, you'd throw the jarate on him, prepare to swing, and once again, you are dead before the shot connects. The soldier shoots the floor next to you at a very close range, dealing 90 damage a shot, dealing 196 damage due to damage vulnerability within 1.6 seconds, whereas your hit would have struck him at 1.8 seconds. You die with a 71 HP overkill from the soldier's side, without even hitting him once. Now, the stock sniper. He swaps to his coup cry and swings. Before this happens, he is shot once directly, dealing 110 damage. Almost dead, but not dead yet, because he runs straight for the target instead of standing back, throwing the jarate for a second. But he gets his hit off, which leaves him with a 60% chance to win the fight because the soldier dealt at least 5 damage to himself with that rocket earlier, and the random critical hit from the coup cry deals 195 damage, leaving the sniper at 15 HP, but alive and winning the battle. The other 40% of the time, the sniper dies, but deals slightly more damage to the soldier than the Bushwacka sniper did. An overall win. This repeats for every situation. The stock sniper always has the better chances in these fights due to random crits. That's not even taking into account how much more likely the person is to back up and avoid you once you throw the jarate on them and run at them with the Bushwacka. This strategy also uses 2 weapon slots, not just 1, so you can't use the Cozy Camper or SMG to help you in other circumstances when you're trying to use the Bushwacka. Okay, but what if you had a buff banner aura? Well, first off, you won't, and second off, you shouldn't. Soldiers are frontline fighters, and you are a backline fighter. Running straight at enemies with your melee with the soldier, first off, that's not smart, and second off, you're gonna die. But let's say you did that and became a frontline fighter every time the soldier popped his banner. You'd most likely kill 1 or 2 enemies, then die. Or even worse yet, the soldier would rocket jump away while you're fighting, you wouldn't kill anyone, or you just get one-shot because of the damage vulnerability. A soldier could one-shot you, a scout could one-shot you, a Demoman could one-shot you, a heavy would kill you really fast, a Pyro would kill you really fast. Almost everything would kill you really fast while you're doing it. Okay, but what if I used the Cleaner's Carbine instead? I'm gonna tell you, please don't. This is at best a joke strategy, like hitting people with a holiday punch and then taunt killing them. Cleaner's Carbine deals a maximum of 89 damage a second. That's with aimbot aim at point blank. So it would take longer than 1 second to fill the bar with aimbot. This could save you from a spy if you were to fill it, or flying Pyro in a pinch, but you're just wasting time not killing enemies with your sniper rifle. Plus, the Bushwacka's 20% damage vulnerability means most close range classes can kill you in 1 shot, and no one is going to let you get near them with mini crits activated on your Bushwacka unless they'd be an easy headshot anyways. The Cleaner's Carbine just doesn't do its job and is sadly really underpowered. It also prevents you from doing the job you're supposed to do, and it takes up a secondary slot just to make your 3rd slot work correctly. So for casual, it's just not good. The stock melee is better than it in 100% of situations and does not require a secondary to make it work. Just don't use the Bushwacka in casual, okay? Now, what about competitive? There's no random crits there. Aha! Wait up there before you jump to conclusions. Don't forget that competitive players will find your weakness wherever possible. The Bushwacka allows close range classes to kill you in 1 shot also. And it's also not just close range classes. In 6s, it's actually every class except the medic. 5 out of 6 of the enemy players can one-shot you. Soldiers will kill you instantly, just with 1 rocket. Demomen will kill you instantly with 1 sticky bomb. Scouts will kill you instantly with 1 shot from their scattergun. And that's 5 of the 6 players normally in 6s. Not to mention, no one will let you get close with a melee and competitive. You're slow as sniper. Everyone else in competitive is going to be way faster than you and run away, or just back up until they kill you. A soldier would just shoot you and kill you instantly. A scout would back up while shooting and killing you instantly. A Demoman will shoot and kill you instantly. And the medic is either hiding behind a pocket soldier or tethered to a scout so they can outrun you. And once again, you're going to try and do that and get killed instantly. It's just not going to work. Stock melee, it also won't work to kill people, but at least it won't waste a secondary slot, and you can still use it to get scouts to back up without dying in 1 shot from them. Now, what about Highlander? It's got the same issue. Even with spies and such being in the mix, no one will let you get close enough to hit them with it, and damage vulnerability leaves you with a weak spot. Competitive conclusion. Don't use it here. Use either the Tribalman's Shiv for 9v9s, which will help with spies, they'll run away faster, or if you actually do get a hit on them because they're playing stupid, they are totally dead because they cannot invis away. The Shahanshah This is one of the best melee weapons for sniper and competitive. It's what most of the competitive players use, or just the Kukrai. You do not want to use the Bushwacka, ever. It's just a really underpowered weapon, probably one of the worst weapons in the entire game, and it just really needs a buff. So, how do you think they should change it? Leave a comment below. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like, and if you found it wasn't helpful, leave a dislike and tell me why in the comments below.